Hi guys, WineTuber here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 9 wine appellations that are dedicated to the rosé wines only. So if you are a serious wine lover or maybe preparing for either WSET or Court of Master Sommelier exams, you should definitely watch this video until the end. Before we start, many thanks to Gareth from Castel Wine, Eugene from The Vineyard, and Adam from Central Wines for helping me with this video. And if you're watching my channel for the first time, please consider to subscribe. Did you know that in terms of vinification methods, rosé wines are closer to the white wine than to the red wine? In fact, there's 5 different methods of rosé productions, including direct press, strongly associated with the Provence region. Short maturation, this method is used over the world. Saignée, which means bleeding, and some Tavel wine or pink champagne are produced by this method. Then blending red wine with the white wine, like some Spanish clarete. And finally, lightening red wine. But now, let's move on to the 9 wine appellations dedicated only to the rosé wine. The first rosé that I'm going to talk about is produced in the Anjou district in France's western Loire Valley wine region. The appellation Rosé de Anjou was associated with the sweeter style of their wines. However, nowadays there's way more dry versions available on the market. Rosé de Anjou wines are made predominantly from the Grenache Noir grapes. However, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Pinot Noir, Gamay, and even Malbec are also allowed in this area. Rosé de Anjou wines are usually paler in color with some salmon reflections showing aromas of red fruits such as raspberry, strawberries, red currants, but also floral notes like this beautiful bottle of Le Loire, imported to Ireland by the Vineyard. And the wines should be served in between 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. Touraine Noble Jouet is another French appellation located in the Loire Valley wine region, which is situated in the central France along the Loire River. Touraine Noble Jouet is in fact historic vineyard on the western outskirts of the city of Tours. This appellation was established in 1939, but nearly disappeared due to the Second World War and the post-war urbanization of the surrounding villages. However, in 1975, wine growing was relaunched by few very enthusiastic local producers. Nowadays, there's only 5 independent wine growers who produce this unique style of rosé wine, also known as Vin Gris. Touraine Noble Jouet wines are produced only from 3 different grape varieties: 50 to 60% of Pinot Meunier, 30 to 40% of Pinot Gris, and 10 to 20% of Pinot Noir. What is really interesting is the fact that all these 3 varieties are also permitted in the Champagne area. Thanks to those 3 varieties and unique soil composition, Touraine Noble Jouet wines are quite floral, but also showing aromas of dark cherries, raspberries, strawberries, pear, and also beautiful mineral character. Tavel is another French appellation dedicated to the rosé wines only. The appellation Tavel was established in 1936 and for many years was the leading one in France. Tavel is located in the southern part of the Côte-du-Rhône wine region, right beside another appellation called Lirac, and the most important grape variety is Grenache Noir. Tavel wines are always a blends. Apart from Grenache Noir, there are also another grape varieties permitted in this appellation, including Cinsault, Bourbon, Claret, Mourvèdre, Picpoul, and Syrah, but also small proportions of Carignan and Calitor. Tavel wines are usually darker in color. In my glass I have brought 2023 vintage. Wine on the nose is medium intensity, showing aromas of red fruits such as red currants, but also red apples and hint of lavender. On the palate is dry, very fruity with beautiful long finish. In my opinion, Tavel wines are one of the most underrated rosé wines in the world. Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo is a very unique appellation because it was the very first Italian appellation exclusively dedicated to the rosé wine. Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo was created in October 2010 and formerly labeled as Montepulciano d'Abruzzo Cerasuolo. The vast majority of Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo wines are made exclusively from Montepulciano grape variety. However, the appellation rules allowed to use up to 15% of other grapes, such as Sangiovese. Most of the Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo wines are darker in color, quite complex and medium-bodied, showing aromas of dark cherries, orange peel, strawberries, and also hint of cinnamon. The best temperature for serving Cerasuolo is between 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Fun fact, did you know that Cerasuolo in Italian means cherry red and is regarding to the beautiful color of this wine? We're going back to France and now I'm gonna show you one of the most unique and extraordinary rosé appellation in the world. This appellation is called Rosé de Riceys and it's located in the Champagne area. Les Riceys is the only wine growing area to have 3 different appellations, including Champagne, Côte de Champenois, and Rosé de Riceys. The official appellation of Rosé de Riceys was established in 1947, and the only permitted grape variety is Pino Noir. Rosé de Riceys is beautiful thanks to Castel Wines Ireland. In my glass I have Alexandre Bonnet La Forêt 2020 vintage. Wine on the nose, it's pronounced, showing aromas of mountain ash, red cherries, lavender, violets, and also white pepper. On the palate, it's very elegant, silky, fruity, and floral with amazing long finish. Absolutely beautiful. Fun fact, did you know that the Rosé de Riceys wines are vinified by semi-carbonic maceration, technique strongly associated with Beaujolais Nouveau? Rosé de Loire is another appellation located in the Loire Valley that is dedicated to the rosé wines only. Rosé de Loire is produced in 2 different sub-regions of the Loire Valley, including Touraine and Anjou-Saumur. Stylistically, Rosé de Loire is quite similar to Rosé d'Anjou. However, Rosé de Loire tends to be slightly drier in style and includes a minimum of 30% of Cabernet Sauvignon or Cabernet Franc. On the other hand, Rosé d'Anjou is predominantly made from the Gros Loup grape variety and tends to be slightly lighter in style. Fun fact, did you know that the famous appellation called Sancerre, famous from their Sauvignon Blanc, it's also producing small amounts of red and the rosé wines from the Pino Noir grape variety. Sable de Camargue is the youngest French appellation dedicated to rosé wines, as was established in October 2023. However, wines in this area, which is the eastern part of Languedoc, are produced for decades. Sable de Camargue is best known for its vin gris, grey wines, which is in fact a light-colored rosé, thanks to a specific grape varieties and vinification process called direct press. Speaking of the grape varieties, there is 10 grapes permitted in the rosé production in this area. However, the most important ones are Grenache Noir and Grenache Gris. Sable de Camargue a light rosé in terms of the structure, but also in terms of the color, showing aromas of red, white and citrus fruits, but also beautiful floral notes. And lastly, the name of appellation refers to the soil, as sable in French means sand. Now we're moving to Apulia region, located in the southeastern part of Italy, right on the tip of the country. The area of the appellation Castel del Monte Bombino Nero takes its name from the famous Castel del Monte, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also from the grape variety called Bombino Nero, which is responsible for 90% of the wine production in this area. Bombino Nero berry skins are relatively thin and delicate, which produce light-colored juice with high acidity, which is ideal for creating rosé wines. Castel del Monte Bombino Nero has more or less intense cherry pink color, and the wine is full of raspberries and strawberries. And wine will benefit from serving in between 7 to 9 degrees Celsius. Our last and super interesting rosé is produced in the Austrian region called Styria. This area is very well known for producing top-notch white wines made from Sauvignon Blanc, Welsh Riesling, Weissburgunder, and so on. However, in one of the Styrian sub-region called Weststeiermark, it's also produced one of the finest rosé in Austria called Schilcher. Rosé wines called Schilcher are exclusively made from indigenous grape variety called Blauer Wildbacher. The Schilcher wines are usually quite distinctive with high acidity, showing aromas of red fruits such as raspberry, red currants, but also hint of cassis. Some of you might be slightly surprised that I haven't mentioned Côte de Provence wines in this video, but in fact, in this area producers are also allowed to make white and the red wines. And this video was only focused on the 9 appellations dedicated to the rosé wines. By the way, don't miss out my next video about the Pinotage grape varieties. In the meantime, stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time!